In this package, Minimum Wage Negotiation Committee, Organized Labour pulls out, rejects federal government's 48,000 naira offer. Our government inaugurates Fisheries Protection Unit in Ibaka to curb insecurity, bush fish production. As world marks International Day of the Boy Child, AKBC TV Chapel of NUJ takes boys on book reading. Details of these and other stories in a moment. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I am Akaniyene Upong. Happy International Day of the Boy Child. Welcome to Channel 45 News at 8. The organized labor, in a dramatic turn of events Wednesday, walked out on negotiation committee when the federal government offered 48,000 naira as the new minimum wage. The organized labor had earlier demanded a minimum wage of 615,000 naira and has given the federal government an ultimatum to conclude negotiations by May 31. The tripartite committee on the new national minimum wage, comprising representatives of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC, Trade Union Congress TUC, and the federal government, ended abruptly when the federal government presented its offer of 48,000 naira. The labor leaders' action is seen as a strong message to government as NLC and TUC push for a higher pay to help workers cope with the rising cost of living and inflation. The Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities ASU has threatened to down tools after 2 weeks if President Tinubu administration fails to pay public university lecturers their withheld salaries. ASU President Emmanuel Osedeke said it is unfair for the federal government to pay lecturers 4 months of their 2022 withheld salaries and hold on to that of 3.5 months. He argued that public universities in the country have so far covered the work for the period that they were on strike in 2022 and should be duly paid. The ASU president, who was answering questions from journalists, said no ASU member has gone on leave in the past 3 years, as they all make sacrifices to cover the time lost during the strike. He said that Tinubu administration has not done lecturers any favor by clearing 4 of the 8 months withheld salaries, stressing that the 2 weeks ultimatum given to government began on May 13, 2024. In his determination to ensure accountability and service delivery, the state governor, Pastor Moino, has directed transition committee chairmen in the 31 local government councils in the state to submit their achievements in their last 6 months in office. The governor's directive is contained in a release signed by his chief press secretary, Mr. Kerete Udo, and made available to our newsroom. The release indicates that verifiable achievements recorded by the local government helmsmen will enable for effective and robust planning for the next phase of governance. Their scorecard, the release notes, should be channeled through the Office of the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Frank Achibong, and must reach the governor on or before May 20. The state government has provided a speedboat for Fisheries Protection Unit in Ibaka, Mbo local government area, to boost the security of fishermen from pirates and other criminals. Inaugurating the Fisheries Protection Unit and speedboat operation, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Ofionofo, said the boat was provided to strengthen security on waterways for smooth fishing activities. Enyagano Paul completes the story.
Inaugurating the Fisheries Protection Unit and speedboat operation, the Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Ofionofo, said the boat was provided to strengthen the security of waterways say that fishing activities can go on smoothly. Dr. Ford said that the exercise was carried out in collaboration with the Ministry of Internal Security and Waterways and appreciated Governor Moino for approving the Fisheries Protection Unit to ensure safe business environments for fishermen. The Commissioner lauded security agencies in the state for their steadfastness in ensuring peace, but cautioned the judicious use of the belt in order to achieve its purpose. She mentioned that the setting up of the security outfit is in fulfillment of the Arise agenda of agriculture revolution, rural development and security management.
Our thanks goes to His Excellency for setting this up. We have proved that our waterways should be secure for fishermen to do business and to overcome the issues of security that we've had in our waterways. So he asked us to work together to see that this comes to fruition, and we thank him so much for his approval of this security outfit to protect our waterways and our fishermen and to enable them to do business safely on our waterways.
Speaking, the Commissioner for Internal Security and Waterways, retired General Koko Essien, pointed out that with the longest coastline in Nigeria of about 129 kilometers, security challenges within the waterways require the Fish Protection Unit, and commended governments for already procuring 14 gunboats for security management on the waterways, adding that his ministry will continue to collaborate with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to support fishing activities.
We have a whole lot of Akwa fishermen, and we've heard cases of their boats, their engines, their fishing tools, including nets, being taken away from them in the seas by pirates. So the Fisheries Protection Unit will put pay to all of that, and I can tell you that the Civil Defense, who are our partners in this project, is up to the task. They are well known for activities like this. So I think we are going to be in good shape, and I can assure the fishermen of Akwa Ibom State that they can go about their normal businesses without fear in the seas, because this unit is aimed just at providing that security to them.
Also speaking, the State Commandant, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Eluwade Eluyemi, who was in the team, applauded Governor Moino for his strides and gave the assurance that his command has capable hands in security management.
Well, we are there to protect fishermen on IC, making sure that pirates are no more on that IC. And from there, the whole people of Akwa Ibom State, the fishermen, will enjoy their business and make more profit.
The occasion featured the test running of the operations of the Fishing Protection Unit by the Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, among others. Eyageno Paul, AKBC News.
The police have declared one Imen Nagpan, age 17, missing. Released by the Police Public Relations Officer, Akwa Ibom State Command ASP Tim Fon John, says Imerkpan, who hailed from Obongi Tamini to local government area, was last seen on April 16, 2024. Also declared missing is one Mary Udoika Udodo, age 77, dark in complexion and about 6 feet tall, who was last seen on April 17, 2024. Mary Udodo resides at number 18 Olitu Road in Ikwalipena local government area. Etie Kamba Sunday, age 65, who resides at number 8 Sanyogung Road in Ikwalipena local government area, was last seen on March 5, 2024. The police said all efforts made to trace their whereabouts have not yielded any positive results. The command is therefore requesting the assistance of members of the public who may have useful information on their whereabouts to contact the Police Public Relations Officer at the State Police Headquarters, Ikorakpanabiauyo, or through the phone numbers 0916 983 9213, 0903 243 5667, or report to the nearest police station. And still to come on the news, as World marks International Day of the Boy Child, AKBC Television Chapel of NUJ textbook reading to boy children. This and more when we return, plus a guest presenter in the house to mark the International Day of the Boy Child. You'll meet him after the break. The reason you should not go away. Stay with us.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's all a man, and you know, we go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we day. It's all a man, and you know. No matter where we day, we are one. We are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony. Yeah.
Welcome at Indiba and Senabon. This is the news of this segment. The International Day of the Boy Child was first celebrated in 2012. This day was instituted by a coalition of non-governmental organizations in an effort to address issues faced by boys, which include child labor, gender inequality, poverty and lack of access of education. The United Nations officially in 2018 adopted May 16 every year for this celebration. The Day of the Boy Child was founded by a lecturer of history at University of West Indies, Jerome Tilakshin, who also founded the International Men's Day. The purpose of this day is to draw focus to the boy child and to protect them. As part of activities marking the International Day of the Boy Child, the AKBC TV chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists (NUJ) has celebrated the boy child with a book reading session. The session was organized for 150 HS2 boys in secondary schools across the state. The book, titled "The Boy Who Saw Tomorrow," was read by the boys under close mentorship of the teachers and members of the AKBC TV chapter of the NUJ. The event held at the NUJ Press Center Uyo. Esther Moran reports.
The host and chairman, AKBC TV chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Comrade Udwak Ekong, said the reason for the event is to change the narratives and the wrong perception of always only celebrating the girl child, forgetting that these girls will on the long run be married off by the untrained boys. Comrade Ekong added that the event will help shape morals in the boys for a responsible, productive future.
We decided in the AKBC Television Chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists that we should change the conversations. We should start talking about the boys, because we believe that these boys will grow up to be responsible men who will take care of the beautiful girls that we are growing.
In a lecture on the effects of drug abuse on the boy child, the State Commandant's National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Mrs. Obodbasi, deliberated on disastrous consequences of drug abuse, urging boys to desist from drug abuse and other harmful practices that could damage their future.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency was established by Decree 48 of 1989, now NDLA Act NCAP 30 Laws of the Federation 2004 as amended. What we do to control illicit drugs.
A representative of the Youth Alive Foundation, Mrs. Felicia Roberts, educated the boys on the need to stay off gender-based violence as well as inflicting injury on others, as sanctions may include life imprisonment, truncating the future. While the special assistant to the governor, Mr. Raphael Edem, encouraged the boys to use God's word as daily guide to become better persons in the society.
Whether you want to play football like Kelechi Nwabali, you want to be Victor Osimhen, you want to be a pastor, we live in a world now of knowledge. And how do people acquire knowledge? By studying. Whatever thing that you want to do, if you do not prepare for it, it will remain a dream.
That simply means Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. It was passed in 2020. And it is the law that protects both male and female against gender-based violence.
Goodwill messages were received from the chairman, Nigeria Union of Journalists, the Akwa Ibom State Council, Comrade Amos Etuk, the Chief Executive Officer, Menmi Integrated Services, Mr. Nkapono Nglas, Director, News and Current Affairs, AKBC, Mrs. Florence Umoetuk, and Mr. Steve Abia, who all urged the boys to make right choices in lives to become successful members of the society.
But I want you to build a foundation upon your lives. And I pray that you have a step of faith. That walking out from here, while reading, and the goodwill messages that will be given to inspire you, you have to have a step of faith to believe in your future.
As a human being, we all have one gift, and that is the gift of responsibility. No matter what the society does to you, at the end of the day, you and I have the responsibility to take whatever it is we see and make of it what it should be.
Today you are a boy, tomorrow you will be a man. So right now, at this point of your life, you should be thinking, what do I want to achieve as a man? What kind of man will I become? Will I be an addition to society or a subtraction?
Reading gives you some balance. It makes you see the future. It makes you see the world far beyond where you are. When you read, you will have access to the society away from the immediate society.
The boys, who were arranged in groups of 10 for reading, and some teachers appreciated AKBC TV Chapel for choosing to celebrate the boys in such a remarkable way.
Thank you, AKBC channel, for organizing this book and this competition here for us. Thank you for celebrating us as the boy child.
I'm happy because I can read now.
I appreciate and I thank those people that set up this day and celebrate the boys' day as an important day. I thank them. I pray that God should bless them.
They will remember that someday, somehow, somewhere, they were taught that to go for drugs is not good. And I believe that they will be able to remember all those things and then come up, be able to speak for themselves.
And I strongly believe that what they have learned today will go a long way to helping them in their destiny.
The AKBC TV Chapel celebrates the boy child with book reading session to 150 boys of secondary school. We are here with them today. From NUJ Press Center, I am Esther Umare.
The International Day of the Boy Child has been celebrated the world over on May 16 every year, 2012. The event is aimed to impact, seek the well-being and equal opportunities for the boy child, among other life issues. The day also seeks to recognize the rights and privileges of the boy child and all to educate them on the need for self-confidence. Paul, in the following report, takes a look at why the boy child should be given special attention.
For decades, the attention of the whole world has been in the development of the girl child, her importance and future. This has given girls a boost in their overall well-being and make them a voice in the society. But then it was noticed that while the girls are doing better all around, the boys were lagging behind and engaging in many vices capable of truncating the peace of the society. This may have prompted the United Nations to draw the world's attention to the plight of the boy child and how to bring him to the right track. The reason, perhaps, the International Day of the Boy Child is marked to be celebrated on May 16 every year. International Day of the Boy Child is marked with enthusiasm and joy, and the day was established to recognize and celebrate the rights and achievement of boys around the world. It was first instituted by a coalition of non-governmental organizations in 2012 in an effort to address issues faced by boys, including child labor, gender inequality, poverty, and lack of access to education.
I strongly believe the boy child should be given maximum support in the area of maybe entrepreneur. He should be empowered.
So we need to equip the boy child academically and otherwise in terms of skills.
It is worthy of note that while girls were pampered over the years, cared for and celebrated, the boys felt rejected and as such got involved in social vices like cultism, kidnapping, armed robbery, among others. For instance, when you are busy preparing the girl child for a better future and marriage, has it ever crossed your mind that the unprepared and untrained boy child will marry the cultured girl? And when this happens, there is that tendency that the grown boy child may be an abuser, a rapist, a drunk, which may be detrimental to the marriage.
All of the while, government and individual and organizations have been focusing on the girl child, but it's a right thing to checkmate the boy child.
Some of these things and the toilet make I can contribute because I'm not original would and I'm for Fuswa on ye. Mukobom posse for me and for me. I'm not the Polukan who can control over because about the stage I for okay and no original. I don't. I'm more so much in the world because of young one.
They like getting easily distracted to follow the things their friends are doing. So the parents of any boy child should take care of the child.
So, International Day of the Boy Child therefore plays a significant role in shaping the boys, and it is important to understand and support their growth, development, and rights. According to some respondents, considering the nature of a boy who grows to become a man, they are not known for sharing their problems or what they go through. Encouraging that the boy child should not suffer in silence, bottling up troubles. The important fact is that the boy child needs more attention unless we will continue to have lawlessness in the society because of the boy child that has been neglected for far too long. He needs to be taught from the cradle to understand that crime is part of growing up too. Just like girls, boys face their own set of challenges as they navigate through childhood and adolescence.
So I don't want to say what I would never refer. Whatsoever I know one and I'm not so for I know what any right.
The way you train your girl child, you should also train your boy child that way. Help him when he is young. When he grows up, he will never depart from it.
It is time to promote gender equality, which requires addressing the needs and rights of both girls and boys. Train both the girl and boy so that we can have a good and balanced society.
I want my parents to love me, to give me a better education,
so that it will be good for me in the future.
As a boy child, I want to be taken care of. I want to be great in future.
I want to be pampered by my parents. As a pampered girl, I want to be loved.
I am a proud boy child. I want to be loved. I want them to pamper me like they pamper the girls.
Happy International Day of the Boy Child to all the boys, both small and big. Eyageno Paul, AKBC News.
Good to still have you there. We're here marking the International Day of the Boy Child, and we still have our guest presenter and my co-anchor right here with me, Master Newborn Esienabo. Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you, sir.
How do you feel being a boy child?
I feel awesome. I feel amazing, excited, and also because boys are stronger than girls.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that. I hope the girls are listening.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what are those things that you want to achieve in life? What do you want to become in life?
I would like to become a marine engineer, and because it helps us to know things about engineering.
To become a marine engineer will cost you something. What are those subjects that will help you achieve that?
Physics, chemistry, maths, and English.
English language, because JAMB will always require English language. That's good. And are there things you expect your parents to do for you? What are those things you want to see your parents do for you?
I would want to see my parents to love me, guide me through the path of the Lord, and to teach me good morals.
Right, because the Bible says, train up a child the way he should go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it. Now, what advice, today is International Day of the Boy Child, what advice would you give to other boys out there?
The advice I would give is that other boys should follow their parents' word, to obey my parents, and to also focus in their studies because it will be good with them.
And should not join bad company?
Yes, sir.
Should obey their parents as well?
And also follow good morals.
Good morals, as taught in church and in school and other places. What about phone? They should not be fiddling with their phones every now and then. They want to be good boys. Newborn, once again, thank you so much for coming on the program as we celebrate the International Day of the Boy Child. On behalf of AKBC management and staff of the newsroom, we appreciate your time coming to join us. But before we go, we have a gift for you. Let's stand together. Let's stand. The chairman and members of AKBC Television Chapel, the chairman is led by Comrade Odwa Ekong, and the members said I should give you this gift for finding time to join us on International Day of the Boy Child.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming once again.
No problem, sir.
On behalf of Newborn, my co-presenter, that's the much we can take in today's program, in today's news. Thank you so much for watching, and good night from all of us. Happy International Day of Boy Child.